part 2. So, usually in my last video, I just did like a brief outing of the park, but today we're gonna get more specific. We're gonna visit the cultural gardens, the English garden, the Scottish garden, and the Irish garden. In that place, we're also gonna visit some other gardens that come on the way, like the ornamental garden, maze garden, and now, go. No, they don't have any snow. These look like fake, but I know they're real. So now we're at this part of the park called the Pine Cone. So near the Pine Cone, they made the rusted metal pine cone. And now we'll visit this thing called the pine tum. It's actually a rusted metal pine cone. They put this pine cone in the memory of Charles Gamble. So like I think he was the founder of the park, Charles Gamble, and they put this as his memory, this garden thing. What they're also going to do here is, you see they planted a lot of pine trees here, like that one and that one. You know, pine trees grow really huge. That's why they put them really spaced out. But when they grow, they're going to take up more and more space. So it's going to start looking like that. So now we're about to enter the English garden. So the first part of this park, the cultural gardens, the English garden. So it starts like a boardwalk, and there's a thing to show what places look. These are the parts of the English garden. So the part of the English garden is the great lawn. It's filled with flowers and like a canopy. And there's also a maze at the center, and there's a view of the Wickham Park swimming pool. What? Oh, it's from 1947. It was 150 feet long, that's a giant one. This is the area of the construction of fall 2003, and there's all 3 giant garden rooms. In the first, let's go see over here. So first, there's like a swampy boardwalk, because below there's like water. It's a little shaky. So it does feel a little shaky, like you're shaking. It's because there's probably like a lot of poison ivy or something in there. Oh, now we're entering this. Let's try this path first. On this path, it looks like there's a rose bush, and they wound it around and made it like the rose petals all over on the arch. And a lot of people take photos here, but in about 2-3 days, all the petals will fall off and there'll be nothing left but bushes. So you have to like take photos quick. But now it's like very beautiful now. Oh, there's another type of flower. Looks like they didn't try out. There's queen ants. So now we have a choice: the Great Lawn or the Knot Garden. Let's try the Great Lawn. We saw it before, but we couldn't go. So let's go here. It's probably a posing thing for some shade canopy. Let's go over here. What are these? Balls of those things? No. So now we're going into the other part of the Great Lawn. There's just like a lot of flowers here, like those red flowers and those pink flowers. And there's a lot of other types of plants like that. So now I think we're going to be entering the Knot Garden. The reason why they call it the Knot Garden is you can see over there in that purple and yellow smudge there, it looks like it's not. It looks like it's not. So here, the reason why they call it the knot is you can see like a big smudge of purple, yellow, green. There might be a shape in it, but I can't tell what. If you can tell what it is, then put it in the comments below. So now we're about to enter the maze garden. So it's type of like a maze, and you have to try to go through it and try to solve it. Let's try going in here. So what's basically in the maze garden is it's just like a maze that you would solve at home, except for you have to go through and try to solve it. There's like a lot of different ways, like one place leads to somewhere and another place leads to another place, and if you can make it to the end, you go into another garden.
Again, we have to go back. Oh, we have to go all the way back. No, we got it.
So now we're going to be going inside the pond. And then we're going to be going into the Scottish garden, but first the pond. Now you can see in the pond, there's a duck house in there, and it looks, the reflections are really clear, probably because there's no wind in here. So now we're going to be going into the ornamental garden. There's this bridge type of thing over here. I think there's like this bridge over here which you have to go through to get to the ornamental garden. Now this is the ornamental.
All of us, someone can like get this.
This garden isn't too long.
It just flowers. They even decorated the inside of it now.
Now you can see some people are going to see the ducks over there.
Now we're going to go in the Scottish garden. Next, we're going to go into a white bridge on the other side. First, the Scottish garden. Come on, let's go. So the Scottish basic thing of like Scottish columns and everything. So you can go in here and there's a pathway to the Irish. And there's another pathway because this isn't it of the Scottish garden. Flowers covered in lions with tubes. Oh, that's it. These are the fountains. The lions' mouths are the fountains, and that's the fountain that drips. So now we're about to exit the Scottish garden because it's not too long. So now there's a unicorn over here. It's like like a horse, and then they just stick a horn in the middle. We're gonna first go to the Irish garden, then the arch, then the bridge. Come on. So this is the entrance. These flowers look like this, like a hairband, even from the bottom. They're like the base. They actually look like little hairbands for little kids. Oof, they are a little thorny. These are too comfortable. Maybe you could leave it to the original hairbands. So now, this is the entrance of the Irish garden. So you can see there's a lot of things in here. Oh, these are some new flowers. Okay, now you can see that in Ireland, these shamrocks are really popular. So you see them almost everywhere in this garden. I'll also show you a leprechaun on that side. So what they do here is leprechauns are type of like, they're like kind of like a wishing well. So you make a wish and put a coin there, and it's like it will come true. There's a quote on here. So now we're gonna go into another part of the garden, so like another room in the garden thing. Yeah, here it is. So now this is like where you do like normal stuff like that. And there's another room. You can see that chipmunk. He was just drinking from the water over here. You know, this is also like a wishing well. You can see there's some people drop money in there and make wishes. And you can see, as I told you, there's another.
It looks like people do parties here. Let's keep going deeper in here. There's a lot of roses here. Oh, and look over there. There's like... Now, we didn't see this side of the garden, so we'll go in here. we're about to enter the arch. When you go through the arch, it feels like you're going through a glass door. And then it's on the way to the bridge. Some kids are playing over there. Let's go after they go. So now we're going to be going through the arch. You can feel once you're inside the arch, it feels like you're upside down. So now we're going to be going to the bridge. You can see there's a few ducks in there, and we're going to be going on the bridge so we can see the ducks and look over the pond. So it's this way. Darker brown, the darker one is the male, and the light brown one is the female. You can tell because the males have lighter beaks and darker heads, and the females have like equal. Now we're at the bridge. So now we're going to go up this bridge to get a better view of the pond. This is hard. Oh. There's an upside down duck fishing. And there's 4 ducks now. It looks better from up the bridge. Oh look, there's one that came just under the bridge. Now there's 3 on this side. So we're going to be going into the sensory garden. Let's see what it says. Welcome to the sensory garden. Please observe the following requests. Guide dogs only. Children must be accompanied by an adult. Stand. No bicycles. So now let's see what it says. This is another part of this park. It's called the sensory garden, and it's like different senses. So there's like the touch garden, the smell garden, and the feel garden. Yeah. So they covered this up. Before there used to be telephones and buttons, so you can go in there. Stay on the walkway. Let's see what. So now we're looking in here. There's roses and So if you look through the white thing over there, you could see how the eyes of a housefly look, or like another animal. It's temporarily out of service. So there's a train, and they leave it every Sunday for people to see it go across the tracks. But because of COVID-19, they're not letting the train go. So you can see the train goes like all over the sensory garden. There's like, it goes through all the gardens in the sensory park. Oh look, since we couldn't see that, since we saw that one, we didn't even notice this one. It's even better than the other one. So you can see now, they arranged the flowers. They look so pretty, especially the purple one. And they arranged benches. They did really nice arranging. So this part of the park is like a very scenic. Now this is a touch garden, even though I don't want to touch them. This looks like a Superman person. Oh, because it's his imagination. This little Iron guy's imagination is all this. Then April plans he will ride like that. Now it's the exit. And this is the board of the sensory garden. It's about the trust of oh right, it's in the memory of the people who run the park, like who bought the park and they like constructed it. It's called Clarence and Edith Wickham. You can see it looks a little bit like the Knot Garden. They did all these and then did that. All these bricks are in the memory of people, like memories of
what the people did when they were younger. The people who did this, they did like that, because this is the date when they got married. This is with their mom, and this is when they have their friends or something. And in the memory of Carl, they wrote about like a lot of other people, like what they did. In the memory of Ronald, so somebody died.
Please like this video and subscribe to our channel. And please share. Thank you.